What up, y'all? Let y'all come up in here. What up? Let's talk about it. Wait for a couple of people to come up in this joint. They hitting the like, they hitting the smash button, the notification button. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it now. Lights off is crazy, bro. I don't know what to believe no more with this. Yo, boy. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna let a few people get up in. As y'all come in, hit the like button. You ain't new here, but if you true here, you already know what to do. Hit the like button, send the subscriptions up. You know what I'm saying? We trying to reach 20,000 before the end of the month, January. It's not impossible. Nothing but pies over here, man. Word. Let the chat fill up. What's up, Legend? Peace. Peace. Natty Dawn 720, what's going on? Lights out. Yeah, we gonna talk about it. Now, lights off is crazy. Marcus, camera, what's going on? They sending the notifications out late. We gonna let it fill up real quick. Yeah. It's been a long week, man. We gonna talk about the Anton Daniels and Corey Holcomb. We're gonna talk about all that. It's been it's an entertaining week. What we doing? Karma got Jomo looking crazy, very pathetic and foolish out here. What you think about the J Mills doing the fam? J Mills killing niggas right now, bro. Shout out to my bro J Mills. He's being very creative. He's putting in a lot of work and effort, and the music he's doing is dope. Shout out to Millsy. He's working the algorithm. Get him out of here. Get you out of here real quick. Right early. Peace. Peace. So we gonna talk about it. So we gonna talk about it. So somebody leaked some footage that the the IFC gym compound had a power outage, right? And this is the second time some footage leaked from over in that facility. One, who's leaking the footage? Who's putting this footage out of of all this behind the scenes shit? If that's a part of the entourage, that shit ain't cool. If that's somebody that y'all got around y'all, that shit is not cool because that shit is out of place. You invite people to your establishment and they recording what you got going on properly and display it to the world and let it get into hands that ain't supposed to be in. That's out of pocket. That's why I don't f with dudes. I don't keep niggas out my business. You got to keep them around. Like I would have never had uh, a back and forth on the internet with a turd if I didn't let one like these parasites get next to you, man. You like first of all, it ain't no body business what's going on over there in that facility. One, two, for you to able to leak something that's private like that to try to make somebody look a certain way, you gotta, yo, if I was Capo, I'd dead ass work right now. Anybody that come in my facility with a phone, put that shit in a box until you leave. If you want to use your phone, go outside the facility where ain't nothing going on. Cause that shit is ridiculous. It's like the second time some footage got leaked over there. Nah, I guess it's the new wave, but that shit is out of pocket. Living in a simulation, man. I believe so, man. I never under people. I pull somebody, you know. But first of all, Capo got to get his jokes up, cause all this shit is a game. All this thing, everybody is working the algorithm. I see what's going on, man. But whoever leaking that footage, if it's not an inside job or y'all trolling, that's dead foul. Whoever leaking that footage, that's corny. That means you got a fucking stool pigeon right in your circle. But believe a half of what you hear, none of what you see. I don't know. All I can tell you is that when your financial and how you taking care of business start getting out to the public the way you don't want it, it's never a good thing. But Jim is working the algorithm too, so you can't really. People are starting to learn how to take their negatives and turn into positives, and you can't take none of this internet shit so seriously because you'll bust a vessel in your brain when everybody make a bad post or something, say something that you don't agree with. So I learned to take the bitter with the sweet with this internet stuff. You know what I'm saying? I come here to give informative information and just, I chime in on it. I think it's corny whoever leaking that footage like that and getting into like it's just corny. It's just like niggas like you can just tell it's desperation for $1 now. Anybody just trying to get a buck. It's just corny to be hiding behind something and be taping what's going on. It's just corny. Yeah, Jay Mills is killing it. Can't lie. Max B kept it real. He don't rock with hell all right. I don't know what's up with that situation. I couldn't tell you. I'ma say me between Rex and Battle. That was so long ago, man. Yeah, that was a dope battle, classic battle. Me and T Rex. Go watch it. It's on YouTube. I think it's foul, whoever leaking that footage. But like I said, you can believe half of what you hear and none of what you see. Everybody working the algorithm right now, you know what I'm saying? And 50 be trolling, Jim be trolling, everybody just, at this point you better make it profitable for you and have fun because you know anything can go left nowadays. But as long as y'all keep it on trolling and having fun and being an entertainer, I don't think it's nothing wrong with it. But whoever leaking footage at IFC to try to be malicious intent for content is crazy. I just think for you to be able to be around somebody and to pull some crazy shit like that, I just think that's out of pocket. That's why when you're around me, don't be cutting on no phones and no cameras. I don't give a fuck. Don't be recording no conversations, none of that, because it's just like people always got nonsense going on, and it don't even be nobody that even be any substance to your life. It just be niggas that's around that's just trying to get clout. It's a lot of clout chasing shit nowadays. There's a lot of niggas that just be wanting to be go viral or just be responsible for something going right. And that's what be the coward shit about it. They'll do some shit and hide behind it, and you don't know where it come from. But they in their mind, they know, yeah, I'm the reason for that. It's corny, man. It's just about like the shit is getting corny. Yeah, you gotta drain the swamp, keep your shit low, man, so you can watch the shit that's slithering. I hope they do got a deal, get a deal for that. But it's just malicious the way things are being portrayed. It's been a long week, man. I come up here to just talk to y'all, vibe out with y'all real quick. You know what I'm saying? It's corny the way things is going. It's corny. Documents. I think the reason why Jim getting so much hate for his facility because he's doing something that's groundbreaking. I think if it was anybody else doing what he was doing, it would be getting so much, so much um press and stuff like that because what he's doing is kind of groundbreaking. What facility got a barber shop, um, a boutique, podcasting, recording studio, and God knows what else they create in that facility. It's genius if you ask me, but it's just the person that's doing it that's not gonna get it's not gonna get the right light because it comes with so much controversy and how we play each other on the internet every day. Like it be the powers that be. That's why I play the game the way it need to be played. You play fire with me, I'm gonna play fire with you. You throw water on me, I'm gonna throw water on you. Simple and plain. But that's the way the game is being played. You gotta feed the algorithm. And sometimes feeding the algorithm don't always be on a positive, you know, tone. Sometimes you gotta ruffle a little feathers, to control the algorithm. We all know this is the numbers game. Everybody playing the numbers game. You know what I'm saying? I just try to give enough to the people that's want informative information and a positive outlook on things that's going on. Everybody put their, assessment on things. Me, I put on more positive outlook on what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But these guys don't know being malicious is actually just running more algorithm than Jim. Whether good or bad, the publicity is going to run something that's going to end up to be a positive to where he can benefit off of it. So the best thing a person that's trying to troll Jim or try to bring down his empire, you should just leave him alone and let his own thing be his demise. Because you keeping them in the algorithm, just adding on, it's just giving them press, and it's just free promo. That's what I learned about the algorithm. Whether it's good or bad, it's free promo. It's either they gonna believe it or they not. It's you got. These people gonna believe it, these people are not. Then you have the people in the middle that's in between with it. It don't mean no different. It's all entertainment. I would love to see Max and Casa collab. No, I'm a Gemini. Why niggas is talking about? I ain't come here to talk about the T Rex paddle, man. Yeah, niggas just need to mind their business. That's why I get the best. I think I get the best assessments on YouTube because I don't be doing no bias shit. I just talk from the perspective of what's going on, and this shit is corny, man. It's corny, but that's the name of the game nowadays. It's all about content, man. I'm from St. Louis, where we know you from YouTube 2006. Cam or Jimmy. I don't pick between the two. I have a better relationship with Cam than I do with Jim, but it's always love, man. I don't really be tripping about nothing. I speak my piece and I keep it moving. I learned not to dwindle with things, even with the goofy TV dude. I don't dwindle on things. You got to keep the motion moving. You can't be stuck. When's the video shoot with you and Big Boosie? It's coming up soon. We just getting all the details, all the final, sad because we used to be about being relentless and real. And it's about numbers and fake shit. Yeah, the YouTube is filled with a bunch of fake numbers and fake shit. It's like whoever can make the person look the baddest is the winner, whether it's truth or not. And see me, when you come to Casa and you come to vibe and be in my chat, we don't be talking about all that. I talk about the topics that's hot, but I'm not gonna give a biased assessment just to bring revenue to my channel. Now that's not what I'm doing. If you're gonna come here, you're gonna get the positive outlook about something that's going on. Me, I think whoever's leaking that footage for other people to get it to be malicious is corny, especially if it's somebody that you actually letting in your circumference. You know what I'm saying? There's no time for snaky stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. When I'm beefing on the internet, I get the most numbers. But when I come in with positive assessments, it don't work. And people told me being positive on the internet is not gonna work for me. But I'm gonna make it work for me. I'm gonna be positive and give positive assessments on negative things that y'all take as entertainment. I just give you a different perspective on it. Even with the Anton Daniels and Corey Holcomb thing, that whole thing got blown out of proportion because of ego. Instead of having an intellectual conversation, it goes off of ego and what I got and what I got and who can say the biggest insult. That's why they give us so much money for this content. It's because at the end of the day, what do you really think about? You looking at the dignity or the morals of yourself, or you just looking at the dollar? Because sometimes people do things and not even thinking about things morally or dignified. They just do it off a dollar. So ain't nothing positive gonna get no great reaction or no traction. So anything that adds controversy to it, don't matter what it is gonna bring you traction. People don't want to hear positivity. If you want to hear positivity, they say go to church, go to a mosque, go to somewhere where they spreading the word of God. You can't come here and spread positivity on YouTube. Why can't you? Why can't you spread positivity on YouTube? Why can't you still talk about the topics that's hot to people in a different way without putting the negative connotation on things. And that's the problem. We don't know how to talk about things in a positive way because we always want the negative outlook. We always want to see the worst of something instead of the best out of something. Shout out to Anton. Run for Your Life videos. Fire. Thank you. I don't know who's leaking the footage, but it's corny. You know what I'm saying? It's corny. And it's just like they always say, watch those people that's close to you. I didn't do Bad Fuel. I did the Danza project. Shout out to Danza in a few weeks or so. Yeah, they pushed the positive away. Even I got caught up in the negative. But like I said, sometimes you got to fight fire with fire. And people wanted me to be stuck in that, and that's not the perception I want to bring to the internet. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for give you informative information, funny stories. You know what I'm saying? Just everyday life. Like the shit is corny. Just beef. Like if I, like we all know that beef, that trolling, and all that shit can go left, man. That shit can go left quick to where something that was said on the internet can spill out into some street shit because everybody got entourages and everybody not having it and everybody got guns and everybody want to prove a point until somebody go to jail or die. And that's the end of results of beef, death or prison. When are we going to realize that? That's always been the factor. There's only two ways out of that, or a peaceful resolution. And nowadays, there's too much pride and testosterone and ego running around for niggas to even come to a peaceful resolution. It's always about conflict and war, and it's never about peace. And all wars is driven by money. It's nothing personal. Everything is driven by money. Even what's going on in the world today, it's all driven by money. Everything is about money and power. Money and power, but you can have no power. You have no power. You have no power if you have no allies. You can't fight a war with just your army. You gotta have allies. Yeah, because fake is real and real is fake. People thrive and gravitate to the fake and the false because it sounds more sounds more appealing. When I can sit here and fabricate a story and you believe it, and it can be a full blown lie, but it's the way I word it, the receipts I have about it. See me when I deal with people, I make sure from the first day I deal with you, I get a receipt, whether it's good or whether it's bad. A mental receipt and a physical receipt because people switch up just like the weather. And sometimes you got to put the reality in their face. I don't care what you say about me, but I know what I say about you is dead the truth. And you got to live with that. And that's going to bother you. And that's why why you gonna see this guy take nitpicks at me and stuff like that. But I don't care. I did way more for people than they did for me, and I always make sure it's like that. And not to say I did anything for anybody. I just that I don't want you to have one up to ever say you did something more than me. And I don't usually do things for that. Like people that I work with, we work with each other to help each other rise. I'm tired of dealing with people that's so one-sided. They'll do things for you, not to have no good intention behind it, but just to say they did it. And I think that's wicked. Some people won't do nothing with intentions from the heart. They'll do it all for gain or to have something on you. Most people know they gonna fall out with you when they meet you. They know if they like you or y'all gonna have a long relationship or not. They know that. They know. You know off top. That's why a person will come around you and do something malicious as leaking footage of a private affair that you got going on because they don't care if they be around you for a season or for a reason. They caught their reason. They clout chasing. People think People think having one up on somebody, it don't last because something tomorrow it's something that's gonna wipe that out tomorrow. The algorithm is so congested with negativity that don't matter how bad you look today, tomorrow you probably won't even exist in the minds of men because it's so much happening in the world. That's why the algorithm is the algorithm. It's waiting for something to attract to it so it can run it up and then it's looking for something else. That's what the algorithm our algorithm is everything we do on a day-to-day basis, whether it's good or bad. Long as it's something that's done that's out of the ordinary that people can look at as entertainment or gossip. That's what the algorithm is. And it's people like Jim Jones and Anton Daniels and all these people now how to work the algorithm. And everything ain't always malicious. Some be promotional. It's all promotional because you what I was taught you gotta worry about when people stop talking about you. Worry about that's what I was always taught. Worry about when people stop talking about you, cause then you doing something wrong because you ain't got nothing going on if they ain't talking about you. Straight up. Peace to young Luke. Positivity lasts forever. I always tell people that. Like even like I said with the Anton Daniels and Corey Holcomb joint, they knew before those cameras and those mics came on what type of energy they have for each other. It was the inevitable what type of energy they have for each other. Cause you got two opinionated men that's running on alpha male time, ego, and money. And you ain't gonna get a positive conversation out of two men that's already thinking off top. I gotta get at this nigga because this nigga gonna get at me. And it's cool to debate, but like I said, it's a thin line between content and spilling off into the streets. The men was about to go to blows. All it took for somebody to just get so upset to where they blew they cool and didn't think about their livelihood and snap. Both of them thought, because they know if I get on here and act a fool, yeah, it's gonna send the algorithm up. Yeah, we gonna be the talked about most people this whole month, maybe, right? But they gonna lose endorsements, they gonna lose money, they gonna lose way more than they gonna gain for a 15, maybe 18-minute fight, if that. You know what I'm saying? As content creators, we gotta be cautious of the content that we create. Because the content that we create, it lives in the algorithm forever. And all it takes is for one more incident to happen with you, and that it tracks to all the bad things in the algorithm. That's why all videos pop up when me and this guy was going through it. Videos that ain't getting no traction in years pop up because now people want to dig in and see and weigh out who's telling the truth, who was this and who was that at this time, and they measuring it out. That's why I leave receipts. It ain't no need to go do no research when I bring the receipts. Go research the receipts. Go research the things I say, and then I learned how to talk people into confession. I was like, I went to psychology. I took psychology classes to learn how to make people tell the truth, and it was a tactic so easy. If you tell the truth about a person, right? A person might be proud of a negative connotation about their life, but they'll put a they'll make they'll water it down so it won't look bad to them. So when I say this and that and this and that about a person, I'm gonna make them say it about themselves. But one thing they're not gonna do is put it in a negative in a positive light. They're gonna put it in a negative light and they gonna stand on it because a lot of people nowadays stand on foolishness. They stand on um just desecrate desecrating on people's whole image and what they done built over the last year. So that's why when you going up against somebody on this internet, you gotta have leverage, you gotta have receipts, you gotta have algorithm, you gotta have personality, you gotta have wit. That's why Jay Mills is killing all these MCs the way, because he's sitting out thinking, he's strategizing. He's just not going to attack. He's strategizing on how to attack his op. And that's what a lot of people don't do. They just get ammo and just start shooting. No, you gotta hit your target. You gotta aim at the target and hit them where it hurt. That's why people be successful and some people don't be successful, because when it comes to certain things, especially at war, you gotta lock in on your strategy. It's about strategizing. It's about counterpunching. It's about making a move and your counterpunch making it effective. Everything gotta be effective. If you're not moving off effectiveness when you going at it in anything, even if if it's a sport, you gotta, even at boxing, you got your counter punches. You gotta learn how your enemy move. You gotta duplicate his movement so he be boxed in, and that's what people don't understand. So when I came to this internet, I already knew what I was gonna come with the internet with. The stories that nobody lived but me, and the only person I can tell them in a way that'll be entertaining for y'all people is coming through me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell people, you want the hip hop, unconstituted true hip hop stories? It's 30 something episodes. Go watch those. There's a lot of new subscribers. Go watch those. Go check them out. See what I was talking about over the years in my stories, and dissect what you feel is real and what you feel is fake. I ain't gotta come here to ostracize or um manipulate any truth or any false. The truth is the truth, the false is the false. And that's how it is. But the truth isn't entertaining as the false stuff. So people run off the false narratives. That's why it's so much misleading information out here. And people don't want to hear the truth because the false and the fake story sound more intriguing. But like I say, people coming to the page troll every day. I don't be tripping about nothing. I know what this is, and I'm gonna keep doing me. You know what I'm saying? But what I am gonna tell y'all, watch your circles. All circles got a leak. All circles got a weak link. All circles got a leak. Cause a lot of most people that come around you non-genuine, they always looking for something to come up off you on. Whether it's beneficial with y'all two, or if it's beneficial with somebody else that's trying to take you down. People are trying to get in where they fit in any type of way. People used to try to get in where they fit in a more productive way, like, grinding from the bottom to the top. Now it's about everything is cutthroat. And it's always been cutthroat, but now it's more 90% cutthroat than actually doing upfront stand up business with people. People like the cutthroat. People like the the uh the separation. The game is built off of divide and conquer. You know what I'm saying? That's why you're seeing a lot of empires fall down, because the enemy knows it's always going to be a weak link in the circle that envies the top dog. So let me go to the weak link and let me dangle this in front of the weak link, and it can be crumbs, but it'll look like it'll look like something that's coming in abundance, because you getting somebody out the way that you want their spot, and you'll help somebody tear somebody down and you still won't get the spot. You'll do all this crooked, underhanded stuff but you still won't get the way you want to be because you was manipulated for somebody else to use you as a sacrifice. People be letting people use them as sacrifices, sacrificial lambs all the time in this music business. It's crazy the way people sacrifice and they don't care. They don't care. It's just about money and fame. Yeah. Now all I did was speak truth on that man. All I did was help him. When my boy Skibo Debo said he didn't even want to mess with that man no more, I still told him to mess with him. But I knew homie was going to. I knew homie was going. That's what type of person he is. I knew homie was going to go that route. I said it was just a moment. It's just a matter of time. It was just a matter of time. It was just a matter of time. That's what type of home. Like if you wanna if you wanna see delusion in a human form, go check homie out. That's delusion. Delusion and lies and arrogance. Delusion and lies and arrogance. And that's what people are built off. Delusion, lies, and arrogance. Ain't nothing pure with no type of substance running around. Hit me on my Instagram for interview, the real Uncasa IG. Like, I just like to have intellectual conversations with my chat, man. It's so much going on in the world. Sometimes we gotta keep our mind free and try to build off of things like, you know, everybody, it's all fun and jokes, you know what I'm saying? But when we start to try to work out each other's demises and financial stabilities and stuff like that, that's when the jokes and everything get out the door. We can all have fun on the internet. Like I said, it's all entertainment. But sometimes it goes from entertainment to straight malicious. Being malicious and not having a good intent. And you know what I'm saying? When did the music business turn it is? Everybody, it's more content being put out than music. You know what I'm saying? Because the content is the money maker, and they know controversy sticks to content. You got anything controversial connected to content, it's gonna win. Especially if it's about each other. They just want to see us tear each other down. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is built of. Who can tear each other down the fastest? Who can look like the man for 2 3 days and they looking for the next destruction right after? That's what this is built off. That's what the algorithm is built off. The algorithm ain't really built off of nothing positive. It's all built on the demise and destruction of our own people. And the crazy part is done by us. So we control it. We control the narrative. I can say anything right now. Somebody gonna clip it, run with it, and make their own narrative on it. I can say F anybody right now, and that's all they gonna take, and they gonna make a narrative off it. I'm a hater, I'm a doer. They don't care. And that's why as content creators, you gotta watch what you say. You know who told me that? And shout out to him. I had a conversation with Zip Zip with the drip. He said, "Yo, Kaz, yo, people, we gotta as content." He said, "Even me, sometimes you gotta watch what you say, cause people will use what you say against you. That's why you gotta watch how you word whatever you say." Like, and when he said it to me, he said it to me in a way that I understood it and I respected him for it. Because when you get a when you find a respect in a man and you can conversate with a person, you can get an understanding why they move the way they move and why they do the things they do. So I don't trip on people how they create content. I nip it in the bud. I contact people direct, and they respect it. Like I had a couple of, I was feeling some type of way about a couple of guys that I know personally, so I reached out to them, and that's the best way. It wasn't on a rally. I just speak my piece and I keep moving, and I know how to continue the relationship in the future, depending on how the conversation went. Me, at the end of the days, at the end of the day, a lot of things blow over a couple of days because there's so much happening that it can't be stuck on the same thing. And that's what people wanted me to do for weeks and for weeks and weeks, to dwindle and go back and forth and say this and say that. I ain't got time for that. It's too much money to be made. It's too much things to be created in a short enough time span. We on borrowed time, so tomorrow ain't promised, so you gotta get what you gotta do. You gotta lose sleep. You gotta stay up late. You gotta wake up early. You gotta move. You gotta create and stop moving off the like you can create content without being controversial and still be entertaining and run your numbers up. And that's just being a good journalist. People don't want to take time out to do research. They just run with whatever narrative everybody else is running with and put they assessment on it, and that's corny. Yep. Yeah, the real Uncasa is my Instagram. Yep. Likes are turned on a post. Yep. Shout out to everybody. Yeah, he's definitely not my friend. I won't give that man another burn nowhere. Like, or the up and coming, but I'll do any podcast. Like, like if me being content for you is gonna help you catapult what you got going on, kudos to you. Like, one thing I learned, you never know one thing I learned in the music business, you never gonna know who somebody gonna turn out to be. That's why I always come with people with a positive outlook every time. I wait until you do something foul for me to step back. But if we got a great relationship, we gonna keep that. I don't burn no bridges, and like I say, I give space to those that need space. But for the most part, you never know who somebody is gonna be. So always, you know, saying, let a person reveal who they are. You know what I'm saying? And that's where you can depict, are you gonna mess with a person or not? And it's simple. It ain't a super new math or arithmetic. It's simple and plain. You can read the room. People don't read the room nowadays. People just go off of fake narratives, how people treat them for a couple of times. They'll will you in. You'll think these people your friends, and then the next thing you know, you the talk of the party. And that's how people roll, man. Because people always looking for attention. Long as if they the person that's spreading the word and they spreading the word about you, and they got people looking at you sideways, that's what they want, and that's they win. It's a cheap win. It's a cheap achievement, but that's what people do. Some people are goals are cheap achievements, meaning shit that don't mean nothing, shit that's not gonna add on to nothing in your life. Gossip don't last because I told you, every day somebody F up. Every day somebody F up and gonna be the news. You know what I'm saying? But I think we gotta leave a lot of the egos. Like, that could have went bad with Anton and Corey. It could have went bad because, like I said, they knew off top what type of energy they was bringing. Both of them men. You can tell by how the conversation started. They knew they are two opinionated men that have a a a a a a a, a big following, and they knew what type of they know what is was ratings. It's gonna bring traction. It's gonna bring this. It's gonna be this, that, and the third. But if it would have went bad, it wouldn't have been good for the culture, because this was like, oh, now we don't bring it into the rap. Now we gonna bring it in the podcasting, and it's been happening on podcast. We done seen people get their head cracked up on a podcast, but this is what I'm saying. With space, what space are we gonna be able to create to where it don't spill off into some street shit? You know what I'm saying? When is is enough to where we can have dialogue, whether we agree or not, but it don't add up to some street shit or add up to a shooting or a arrest warrant or an indictment or bail. It just doesn't make any sense. We all know the media space is profitable, and for it to continues to be profitable, we got to keep a clean slate. We can do our dirt. We can say what we want. It's a freedom of speech. But even with that, you got to put a positive outlook on the overall what you want your legacy to be. If you want your legacy to be here today, going tomorrow, that's cool. But everybody, all doing something for a purpose, and the purpose is bigger than just a dollar. Especially with me, yes, what you do can be profitable, but at the end of the day, if it's not given to you or feeding your soul or adding on to your life, why do it? Streaming for me on YouTube, it adds to my life, and it adds to other people's life to be informative, because a lot of things that I discuss, people might not rather know. Like, people just, like I said, are running numbers up because they know you're going through something positive. They want to find out the dirt. But when you come here and try to spread the word of something that they can actually take and add on to their life and be a better person, they don't tune in for that. They really don't tune in for that. You know what I'm saying? And I seen it, and I'm privileged to actually go through something on the internet to where I can see where it can go, and it's not a good thing, man. It's not a good thing, and I'm not going to promote that. I'm not going to promote that. You know what I'm saying? But even with the lights off at IFC, it's corny for anybody to even um display that to the public, because whose business is that? And like I said, obvious that you was invited there because somebody trusted you in their establishment, but to do that, snaky people, clout chasing is corny. You know what I'm saying? The shit is corny, and that's what it's just becoming like. The playing field is just become is well, who can be the most corniest. It's not even being petty. It's not even being entertaining. This is becoming corny now. It's becoming corny because it's spilling off to something bad. Now, if we're gonna do it for entertainment, let's keep it entertainment. Let's keep it dope. Let's keep it creative. That's what we're doing, right? We're creating content, right? So let's create the content without creating more criminal cases. Yeah, y'all gotta do better research. They don't do no research. They're just people are just coming to the internet with the first thing they hear because they know all they have to do is put a clickbaity caption and they gonna run to it. Like, people will run to the joint I ran and be like, "Oh, he talking about Jim?" And nah, I ain't talking about Jim in no foul way. I don't think it's cool for people to be disclosing people's uh, business about their establishment. It's corny. It's getting corny. But I see the game they playing. To all, you know, to all the players involved, do y'all. You know what I'm saying? Make it work for you. You know what I'm saying? But this is just my assessment on it. It's cool. If it's cool, if you love it, if you like it, I love it. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I was um then. You know what I'm saying? I know how to talk about the most controversial topics and put a positive, assessment on it, because everything don't need to be blown up and add fuel to a fire. Something I might say might diffuse something. You never know. Cause I'm probably not giving a perspective that everybody's probably giving a different perspective on how to attack, and I might give you an assessment where you can take it on a positive note and be like, you know what? I heard Casa say something. I'm gonna make that work for me because I can see something that can get on out of hand, and what I got going on is worth way more than 15 minutes of messy section on YouTube for some fame. Cause this is what the thing is too. If you don't make content, nobody else gonna make content because there's nothing else to run off. So if you the topic of the content, just know people are going to make it, and you gotta have tough skin, and you gotta learn how to turn that negative into a positive and make it work for you. The best example I can say, the best example that was ever, you know, put to the world to see to turn a negative to a positive was the Eminem movie 8 Mile, when he took all everything that somebody could say to him, everybody they took every something that anybody that could say to him was bad. He said it about himself. Now, so if I say it about myself and be vulnerable and say these things that I know that is in it is ammo to you. If I can take that ammo that you gonna use on me and use it on myself and make myself look dope out of something that you was gonna use on me as malicious, that's when you won. And that's what you got to learn to do with the internet. People don't know how to do with this. I was called all type of names, all type of derogatory names, all type of this, or people depict didn't even understand my perspective of why I did things. But it's cool, you don't have to understand. This is for the people that do. Like, I'm not gonna be one of those people that running the internet and just be giving out, just making content to make content. I'm gonna come here and talk to y'all and give y'all a positive perspective and an outlook on how sometimes how you supposed to look at things. Everything don't have to be a negative perspective. You know what I'm saying? We can have our fun. You know what I'm saying? We can take our shots. It's cool, long as it stay there. But it usually don't stay there because you still got entourages. You still got people that feel like they have to prove themselves. You still got people that feel entitled, and their only entitlement is to show you that they tough or show you that they can protect you in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? And there's no reason for them to be around you if there's nothing to protect. Meaning, it's nothing to secure on that type of level. If you a person out here, you know, taking care of business, and sometimes, you know, negative energy comes to everybody, but for the most part, we got to learn how to deflect all that negative energy and turn it into a positive. Like I said, you can turn any negative shit into a positive. And like I said, keep receipts, especially when people trying to degrade you and tear you down. And the most people that tear you down is the ones that's close to you, because why they tear you down, they know the most about you. You know what I'm saying? Come here and get some gems. I'm gonna always drop gems. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I see what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you gonna say something about my mama, I'm gonna say something about your mama. I'm gonna say something about you. You gonna say something about me. How long that's gonna last? But you know, I appreciate the people that actually tune in. You know what I'm saying? We've been up here almost an hour. I'm gonna be up here another like 4 or 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? You wanna ask me anything? Y'all can ask me right now. What's your favorite rhyme you ever wrote? In your opinion, like your favorite rhyme. Not like, to me, my favorite rhyme is gonna be the one that people most know me about, and that's the diplomat intro. So you know what I'm saying? It's the favorite rhyme because that's the one that gave me the can of it catapult me to being a person that y'all know is unconscious. A lot of people gave negative assessments on me and they don't even know me. So that's why I try to be most transparent and vulnerable with my viewers as possible. Because if I'm vulnerable and transparent with y'all, you can kind of detect what's the fake and what's the real. I'm not a person that's really um into. I don't like like being into conflict and all that. Y'all know I always came here, but sometimes you got to show. If you bring that smoke and that fire to me, I'm gonna bring it to you too. I'm gonna bring that same energy to you. But if I can collab on people that think like me and want to strive like me, like I ain't super rich, I ain't nowhere near rich, but I'm functionable to where I can be wealthy. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, time is against us all. And use your time wisely. Use your time wisely with the people and with people that's wise. You know what I'm saying? Stop stop just, putting your life in a box of people that you used to fraternizing or conversating with. Get to know new people. Travel if you can, or when you have the opportunity to. You know what I'm saying? Always learn something new. Knowledge is infinite. You can never stop learning. It's too much in the world. It's too much to learn to ever stop learning. You can never know too much. You know what I'm saying? And always, and you don't always have to be the smartest in the room. Because if you're the smartest in the room, it's no space for you to learn anything. You know what I'm saying? So always take that in mind. You know what I'm saying? When you come here, you're going to always get a Jew you can run with. You're going to get funny stories. You're going to get all that type of shit. But like I said, on the last few minutes, my assessment about the lights off at the IFC, whoever leaked that footage, and even if it was an inside job, I just think it's just corny and it's just doing too much. You know what I'm saying? And if it wasn't a play on the algorithm or something, and somebody just being malicious and sending that footage out, that's corny. You know what I'm saying? My assessment on the Anton Daniels and the Corey Holcomb, that was childish. And y'all both knew what type of energy that y'all had for each other before those mics and cameras came on. So y'all could have been prevented that by not even just meeting up. Y'all knew what type of energy that y'all was gonna bring to that, and y'all got what y'all got. And like I said, tomorrow something else will happen that the next thing that somebody else is gonna talk about. That's how the algorithm works. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's more stories to come. Go check out the new story. Go check out the new episode that I dropped a couple of days ago. Go run that up. I ain't dropping a new story until I go up to at least 10,000 views. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm being more consistent. You know what I'm saying? I promised myself I was gonna be more consistent to my audience. You know what I'm saying? Soon, inshallah, that I have a set and I'll be doing the content that I really want to do. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Casa Not too, man. Shorty inspired me, man. He dope. And if Kyle, if you somebody send you this message or something like that, keep doing what you doing. Don't be afraid, man. The same way you conquered in the streaming, you can conquer in that fashion shit too, kid. Cause you got it. You him. You him. And if nobody's around you telling you that, you already proved it. But I'm gonna let you know I don't even know you from a hole in the wall, kid. But you're an inspiration to me and many others. Keep doing what you doing, and you know what I'm saying? You can conquer that, and I'm watching your vlogs, and you learning how to sew, and you learning about fabrics. You taking the steps, and you did it the same way that you was doing it in the stream, and you took your steps. You from a small audience to and you gonna do the same thing. No, I have no doubts, man. Don't put yourself in a box. You already did. You did the most. You did things in the streaming world that people probably have never achieved on the way that you did them. You did them in an organic way, and in a way that's going to inspiration streamers for the rest of streaming time. You get what I'm saying? So just shout out to Casa not on that, and keep doing what you're doing, young man. You've conquered. You came, you saw, you conquered, and I'm definitely looking out for all your new endeavors because you're a person that inspired me. I watch you. I watched your mafia thons. I watch how you put your crew on. You know what I'm saying? And that takes integrity to be such a young entity and to be able to accomplish the things that you accomplish in such a short span of time. The things that you accomplish over the last 4 or 5 years is amazing. It might take another person a lifetime to get where you at in a short span of time. So just take your time, you know, um, you know, don't put too much pressure on your mind. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Take it where you can take it, man. And if you become the next Louis or the next Gap or whatever, just know that you did it. You know what I'm saying? You've already proven yourself to be an outstanding young man to help others achieve goals and dreams that they probably wouldn't have achieved without you. So shout out to Casa Knot. Yeah, I got merch coming, everything. You know what I'm saying? You gotta tune in. You gotta tap in. If you ain't follow me on Instagram and you tune in tonight, follow me on the real Uncasa. If you're new here or if you was true here, um, hit the like button, hit the subscription. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna always bring you dope content. I'm gonna always bring you my assessment on current events. And like I said, on Saturdays, I'm gonna start this segment called Casa Kush Conversations, where I sit down for about 40 minutes and have a live stream conversation with people you know and you might not know. I just hope you tune into it. But the first one of the first episodes is gonna be with my man Kai. He played Maine in the Respect Life um, web series. You know, we're gonna chop it up about life before and after Boom P. You know, rest in peace to Boom P, which was the creator and the curator of that series. And yeah, man, that's my time for the night. You know what I'm saying? And I was a little under the weather. I wasn't gonna go live tonight, but I said, you know, somebody I had to actually interview tonight with Force to Win podcast. Shout out to the cast, my man Frank Nino. And I mommy, I forgot your name. But shout out to the cast. They gave me this merch. You know what I'm saying? I told them I would wear it on my live. It's the championship. But this hoodie's fire. So um, yeah, man. Just stay tuned for for the weeks to come. Yeah, Purple City T-shirts, all that. Yeah, but like I said, man, y'all tune in. Hit me at the real Uncasa. Hit the like button. I'm trying to get the before the end of this month. I'm trying to get to 20,000 subscribers, man. So tell people, subscribe. Word of mouth. Help a brother out. I ain't tripping. We gonna always have dope conversations. I can't read everybody uh, in the chat, but I try. You know what I'm saying? I try. Keep your energy up. Thank you. I appreciate that. I haven't seen Vinny Chase in years, man. Shout out to him. I hope everything's good with him. But we about to close out this live. Shout out to everybody that tuned in tonight. You know what I'm saying? Tap in. More to come, man. Peace and love.